Subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to never miss an update.
I personally don't like reading books that a lot, so I have never been that fond of it.
For a person who's made it to IIM Ahmedabad, that's a very surprising statement for you to make. But anyway,
Out of choice.
Out of choice, okay. Hi guys, welcome to another episode of the InsideIIM Career Podcast. Today I have got someone very young with me. I've got Navneet Sadani with me from IIM Ahmedabad. Hi Navneet, welcome to the podcast. Navneet passed out of IIM Ahmedabad in 2017, is
That's
that correct?
right.
Yeah, so he's been with the TAS, Tata Administrative Services for the last 2 years. Actually Navneet, I wanted to start with asking you, why is it important to be exposed to different businesses, different functions in the first year for someone who's joining fresh out of campus?
The charm of the TAS program is the diversity that it can offer. So in the first year, you get to do 4 stints, 3 with business organizations and 1 with Tata Trust. So that's the whole charm. You get to work across different verticals in different industries, and that you cannot get anywhere else. It's not like you're going to shift your job every 2 years saying that I'm going to move to steel, to motors, to let's say retail. So that's the beauty of TAS program.
You said there are 3 business stints and there's 1 social stint.
That's right.
That's, I think, very unique to the Tata Group.
That actually comes from the value and the culture of the Tata Group. A lot of the money that Tata Group makes goes back to Tata Trust and the philanthropic arm. And I think it just makes sense that the TAS program should have at least 1 community stint, so that you understand where the money is going, what value, what impact are we creating.
Fresh out of campus. Did you do your internship at TAS as well? Your summer
I did,
internship?
yes.
So you got a PPO during the internship?
That's right.
So quickly, if you could tell us first what your internship was like, what was your project, and what did you do to impress the TAS guys to give you the PPO?
So my project was with Tata Power. Tata Power at that time was launching their customer-facing app.
Right.
And they wanted to get some ideas on how they can improve the app downloads as well as increase the usage of it.
Why would Tata Power need an app? Because it seems like a B2B business. So what would an app do?
So the customer facing app would actually, like if the electricity supply comes from Tata Power, then you can check your bill, you can pay your bill, then you can even see your usage pattern.
Okay.
You can put restrictions over there. So it's like any other utility app.
Right. And what were the 3 things that you did that flowed them completely and got you the PPO?
I think I was creative. I was just thinking random ideas, and I would not be shy to share it with the group.
Right. Okay.
So I had over 30 small ideas over there.
Right.
The next thing was I was persistent because, as I said, the app was not out, the Tata Click platform was not out. So it was a lot of chasing that I had to do to understand what the app is going to be, to go and see the demo file of it. And the third thing, I think I had a beautiful presentation also to show at the end.
Okay, that always helps, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I understand why TAS wanted you to join full time. What made you decide to join TAS full time and start your career here at Tata Administrative Services?
So there are 2 things. One is that I've always been fond of digital. So I wanted to do something in the digital space.
Okay.
And the options that I had over there was either to join, let's say, an e-commerce company, Amazon, Flipkart, the likes of it, or to join a general management company, a large group, which also has a large digital business around it.
Or they are foraying into digital business.
Yes.
Right.
And then the next thing was that digital does not mean like a pure digital company. You'll have digital everywhere, like in the case of Tata Power also. So I wanted to join a group which can give me the diversity that I want, so that I can do different things but still be core to the digital that I want.
So first year out of IIM Ahmedabad, you are at TAS. What was your first project?
My first project was with Tata Motors. So I was working out of Pune office where their plant is, and they also have a service center over there.
Okay.
And my project was to increase the spare parts usage or the spare parts consumption through increasing the inflow of vehicles. So they wanted more vehicles coming back to the service centers.
So that means that you have to make faulty vehicles so that they keep coming back to the service center.
No. A faulty vehicle would only mean that they need a service center, not necessarily Tata Motors service center. So my job was to actually retain the customers.
Okay.
So that the customers don't go, so that the customers prefer that they come back to the Tata Motors authorized service centers
rather than going to a random service center or going to an unauthorized.
That's true.
What were some of your big learnings out of this? Because this meant that you were actually studying consumer behavior in terms of why do they choose to come to your service center or go elsewhere.
Right.
So what were some of the insights that you were able to gather about the consumer?
The first one was obviously quality. While everyone says that maybe the prices are higher, that's why they're not coming, or any other reason, I always think it's a quality. People would prefer quality over price, more with a vehicle because their life is in hand.
Right.
And the second learning that I got, and that was more of a personal learning, is that you should have a mentor in each of your project. Someone who knows the industry, someone who has done this before, so that they can help you with both things. One is help you with the knowledge to point you towards the right resources.
Right.
And the second is that they'll help you maneuver things around also. So they'll tell you this is how you should present it, this is how you should do it.
So it sort of shortens your learning curve because it's a shorter stint that you're doing. So you don't want to be learning a lot of things that have already been that already exist in the system, right?
That's right.
Okay, so Tata Motors is done. You move on to the next stint. What was your next stint?
My next stint was with Trent. Trent is the company that runs various brands under it. It's the retail arm.
Right.
We have Westside, Zudio, then Zara.
Zara is a Trent brand, is it? In India?
Yes, in India.
Okay.
It's right. Yes, that's right.
Okay, I don't think a lot of people know that.
That's true.
Okay, go on.
Yes, and we also have Landmark under Trent.
What was your responsibility there? What was your project like?
So my project was to identify strategic locations where we would want to open Westside stores for the next 5 years and in the top cities. Actually, this is an activity that was already being done by Trent team. There was a specific team assigned to it, but what they wanted was a new pair of eyes. They just wanted to see if they are missing something out.
Right.
So I was given complete freedom on how would I want to run this project. Obviously, they did tell me some of the hygiene factors that I should keep in mind.
Right.
And post which there were 2 phases for each city. One was to do the secondary research and try to identify those locations. And then was the primary where I would go on the field, go to those areas and see if it makes sense or not and validate my hypothesis. When I would look at a city, I would first start with mapping out where the existing Westside stores are.
Right.
Then I would even map the competitor stores. Once the mapping is complete, then I would look at what is the connectivity in that city. What are the major roads? Where are the public transports? What kind of transports? Not just the existing ones, but even what are planned. That would be the infrastructure part. Then once I have the connectivity between the areas, then I would look at what are the major commercial areas. So where do people go to work? Once that is identified, then I would actually go on a specific area, as in, let's say I'll look at Chamber. I'll see what are the upcoming residential projects, what are the property rates over there, and property rates both buying and just renting it out, so that I know, okay, what is the spending power of people over there.
So there is a good correlation between the rental rates and the property rates with the purchasing power of the ideal Westside customer, is it?
I think it's a good proxy.
It's a
when
good
you're sitting
proxy.
at a desk, that's the best proxy
Fair,
that you can
fair.
have.
I understand.
If I'm ready to spend, let's say, 30,000 on a 1 BHK in Chamber,
Right.
Okay, I'll be able to buy something on a Westside store, right?
Right.
Then I would also go in their shopping areas, whichever is the branded shopping areas
So
nearby.
like a high street or a mall.
Like a high street or a mall, that's true.
Right.
And there, let's say if I'm traveling there on a weekday, then I don't expect a lot of crowd, but at least I should get something. But if on a weekend and there's still not crowd, there's something wrong.
Correct.
The crowd itself is not enough. Nowadays, people just go to mall just to hang out.
Correct.
I need people shopping over there.
Correct.
So I would see how many people have packets holding.
Right. So this kind of a research about a particular location in a particular city, how long would it take for you to do this entire set of things that you said you would do in a particular location?
So I had 3 months for this project and I covered Delhi, Gurgaon, Faridabad, Noida, that's the NCR region, then Kolkata, Mumbai, Pune, Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Chennai and Hyderabad.
Wow, that's quite a lot of cities that you covered with this, right?
That's true.
It's a lot of traveling also for those 3 months that you must have done.
Yes, I think I easily spent a month traveling.
Okay, wow,
So I would cover one or two cities which are nearby,
right.
come back to Mumbai, do my research for the next couple of cities, and then travel over there.
All right. Okay, so a fun Trent experience, and then you move on to your next stint, which is at.
Tata Trust.
I want to know firstly, for a business grad who's going to work in a hardcore business like Tata, why is a social stint important?
I'll give it from both sides. And obviously, my understanding, it's important for the TAS program to have it because, as I said, the philanthropic arm is a big part of the Tata group.
Right.
It's a big part of the culture also. So you need to be aware about that. From a TAS manager's point of view, it is not just that you're looking at the social aspect of it. You're still trying to you're not doing business, not for profit, but all the things that are applicable for a business is applicable here also.
So you should be able to do it efficiently. You should be able to operationalize it in a way that all the resources are being consumed properly. Those kinds of things, is it? Those are the business principles that apply to a social.
Yes, every
setup?
function that you would see in a Trent, Tata Motors,
Right.
any other company would be valid over here also. You
Right.
have HR, you have operations, you have finance, you have strategy, you have everything
Right.
over here.
Right.
My project was with Parag Initiative.
Okay.
That is under the education theme of Tata Trust.
Okay.
And the mandate over there is to build libraries or to facilitate the library program in schools.
What was that like working with kids? This was probably the first time you must be looking at kids as a target audience, doing something for them, and also interacting with the final consumer in your journeys around Karnataka. So, what was that like?
I personally don't like reading books that a lot, so I have never been that fond of it.
For a person who's made it to IIM Ahmedabad, that's a very surprising statement for you to make. But anyway,
Out of choice.
Out of choice. Okay, go on.
So they actually enjoyed it a lot,
Right.
and they would look forward to the library sessions. And not every school would have the infrastructure to have a dedicated room for a library.
Right.
So they would just convert their room to a library or convert one room to a library and switch that room.
Right.
So just the amount of effort they are doing to run the library, to have a facilitator over there, and I actually spoke to the children directly without having anyone else, as much as I could do with Hindi, English, and a bit
Right.
of Kannada. They seemed to enjoy it. They seemed to
Okay.
like it, and the teachers did see a difference.
So the Tata Trust stint is done. You come out of it with a bunch of learnings and memories and all that, and then you move on to your final stint. Is it?
Yes.
So where was your final stint? What were you doing in your final stint?
So my final stint was with m-junction
Okay.
by selling secondary steel online. So they
Okay.
had an auction platform. to
So
do
this is
it.
a Tata Steel stint or is it an M-junction stint?
It's an M-junction stint.
So how are they
M-junction
different?
is a joint venture between Tata Steel and SAIL.
Okay, okay. Steel Authority of India Limited.
That's
All
right. They started with auction of secondary steel, online auction, and after that they have got into many other businesses. So
Right.
now they also do auction of coal, auction of tea,
Okay.
and many other divisions. My project over there was to develop a business model for selling prime steel online. So this would not be an auction platform like for the secondary steel, but a multi-sided e-commerce platform.
What is a multi-sided platform?
Actually, a lot of the platforms today are multi-sided, but multi-sided is just not the buyer and the seller. You have other people around. So in this case, you would have the logistic partner.
Okay.
You would also have the service centers.
Okay, so now your stints are over, and then you are basically placed in a specific company for a longer term role.
Yes.
So which is the company that you got placed into, and what was your role there?
So I'm currently working at Tata Industries.
So okay, so after your stint, this has been your role ever since.
Yes.
Okay.
So Tata Industries is the new venture arm of Tata Group.
Oh, sounds exciting.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. So what is Tata Industries and what does the new venture arm do?
Yeah. So the new venture arm, it tries to look for new business opportunities in the white spaces and
In the white spaces, as in?
where Tata Group is not currently present.
Okay.
And we try to focus on tech-led ideas.
Right. Because that's the future.
I am part of the digital team.
Okay.
And my primary objective or my primary role is to identify new business opportunities around IoT, artificial intelligence, blockchain, cybersecurity, agtech, and so on.
That sounds fun. I mean, so many people are, these are buzzwords on campus that I want to work for artificial intelligence and blockchain and machine learning and all these terms. And it's something that you're getting to do right. You're right in the middle of it. That must be exciting, right?
Yeah, it is very low. So one day you're working on a project that is related to machine learning, and you're
Right.
trying to understand the whole concept of machine learning, the technology behind it.
Just something even IIM Ahmedabad mustn't have taught you on campus, right? So Navneet, you've seen a lot of businesses within Tata. You've seen consumer-facing businesses like a Tata Motors or a Trent. You've seen B2B businesses like Tata Steel. You've also seen the social side of the business at Tata Trust. You're also doing something really interesting at Tata Industries right now. 2 years into TAS, what has your experience been like? What is your overall feeling about the group? What are some of the things that they do right, and what are some of the things that are always a challenge for this group?
If I talk about my learnings and what I've really liked about the whole TAS program is I wanted experience across different industries, and I've got that. And to be very fair, I've got experience when I was doing these stints. I got experience on digital side of it, on the
Right.
m-junction stint, and then I'm currently working in the digital space at
Right.
Tata Industries.
Right.
So
Which is so secretive that I can't even delve deeper into it.
currently, when I'm working at Tata Industries, I come across a lot of startups, some of which may not be in our current area of interest,
Right.
but may help some other Tata Group company. So if you think of it, there's always something that I can do with a startup and see, yes, it may have relevance to this Tata company. So
Right.
it's just the vast area that we are present in.
That most startups that you're considering will have some linkage to a Tata company somewhere, because there are just so many Tata companies and so many diverse businesses today.
Yes.
So great journey, Navneet. 2 years into TAS, you've done a variety of roles and done really fascinating things. Where to next? What do you want to do in the next 2 years, for example, at TAS? What are some of the things you want to get into, get your hands dirty?
In the last 1 year specifically, I have looked at so many startups in digital space
Right.
and doing so different things, but amazing stuff.
Right.
So I think the next thing what I would want to do is now be in that startup. So wherever the next new venture is or the next new business opportunity is, I would want to get there, get my hands dirty, in a startup, and even at Tata Industries, a short team, you get to do everything, you own everything. So that's the next thing that I would want to do.
150 years a company has survived, and it still keeps bringing up new companies, and it keeps attracting really great young talent who want to then work in startups that are going to sprout further in this setup. That's quite amazing. That's a comment on how amazing this organization has been for so many years. The first year of a career fresh out of B school is perhaps the most important year for students. And the thing is that often they don't get it right. They end up joining companies that they are not happy with. They end up getting projects that they are not happy with. In such a setup, TAS does a fabulous job of providing a variety of opportunities to students who join fresh out of B school and give them exposure to the wide variety of businesses that TAS is home to. This ensures that your idea of a large conglomerate is not limited to a pigeonholed little office in a particular company in some small part of the country. You have a bigger picture idea, you know what is happening overall in the company, what are its ethics, what is its culture, what are its values. Access to people who've been in these businesses for many, many years makes you understand this business in a much deeper, in a more intimate way. Access to senior management, access to people who have understood why a certain business has become a legacy business from a sunrise business ensures that you understand how TAS approaches a new business. And a 150-year-old company continues to work on new ideas, new startups, ensuring that it stays relevant for many, many years to come in the future. And that's what we figured from today's podcast while talking to Navneet, how he's working on newer ideas, newer businesses, so that Tata can maintain its leadership for many years to come. Thanks, Navneet. Really appreciate what you've done today. Thanks for giving us your time. I hope you had a good time talking to us.
Thank you. It was really fun.
All right. Thanks, Navneet. That's it for the InsideIIM podcast. We'll see you again at the next episode.